is 6:37. That means you're time for another game. And in here we have some people in here. I think everyone's already played quite a few games. So at this point, it's just honestly preference. People in the chat, tell me, who do you want to see play in the next Combine game? What players do you want to see?
Well, they're saying Japan #4, Czech Republic #1, Wakanda #3. I think these are world powers. I'm not quite certain. I don't think these are players.
Turtles wants to play. We'll give Turtles a shot. Let's see. Insanity's Mars. Insanity Mars. Chill. Same with Mars. Okay.
Insanity Mars and Chill's End. That's a pretty nice combination.
So this is gonna be I have a very interesting idea for this team.
I think Smooth has played only once.
Smooth has only played only once. Okay, we'll put Smooth on the orange team. Okay, so this is gonna be a fun little game. Let's see, who do we have? So for the blue team, I decided to put Insanity, Jaxies, and Turtles on that squad.
All right.
Which I think is a very strong squad. So we need another strong squad to match with it.
We do. I believe another person said that they only played once, which was Mr. P.
Mr. P?
Mr. P.
Oh, yes, there's Mr. P. Mr. P only played once. Okay. So I think we found our orange team just now. So for our orange team, we'll be Smooth Justice, Mars, and the Mr. P.
I think we've seen some of this dynamic before, but I'm not afraid of seeing it again.
Definitely want to see how this one plays out. This is going to be a very... Honestly, I think blue team might be a little too stacked. Not taking away from Mars, Justice, or Mr. P, but I know Jackson and Turtles have history, so that's going to be the main part to look out for there. And Sandy's going to hold his own with almost any team comp I've seen so far.
Well, sometimes about history, too, Jackson and Turtles, they're lethal, but if sometimes they're getting kind of loosey-goosey, they can also get silly with it, and that promotes a little bit of inaccurate play. So it can promote both comfortable play because they can trust each other, but then they start goofing off. And so who knows what's going to come about from that one. But it's definitely a really stacked team, and I want to see how that ends up.
And also, I like to mention that signups for the WDL draft ended last night at 11:59 p.m. So any players that signed up after that time are automatically relegated down to free agency, where they're not eligible for Combine games, but they are definitely eligible to be picked up when the season starts.
Just driving it down the field, and right off the backboard, as Turts is going to keep it into play. Jaxie getting 50'd by Mr. P, but Jaxie now trying to make up for it and pass it over to Insanities. What a recovery pass. Look at this. He gets 50 by Mr. P, has the wherewithal to stay downfield, present himself via a pre-jump, and then Insanities quickly taking that pass. Wow.
Already you see how fast this game can be.
Now that is the support game right there. That's Jaxie turning from a striker into a support, and it turned out all the better for blue team. Smooth Justice trying to get over to Mars, and Mars kind of just flies over it real fast. Jaxie in a similar situation, similar goal. He's right there in the mix, trying to clear out the defense. Can't quite get a touch though. Smooth Justice. 15 with Jaxie. Jaxie pushing him back to center. Mars though up for grabs. Mr. P opting for boost as Jaxie pushes him back to center again, but Mars quick to deny that one. It's fitting that we're playing with Mars out in space. I think this is a good setting for him.
This is home field advantage.
It truly is.
He's used to the different change in gravity. He's used to the speed of gameplay. This is where he'll shine.
Out in orbit, Mr. P had just very cleverly denied a very quick strike from Insanities, but now we've moved to the opposite end, and the counter strike. A nice save from Jaxie, but Mr. P keeping the onslaught up as Mars is now having a backtrack. Smooth Justice is on the back line. Will he be able to turn around? No, he will not, as Turtles puts it right between Mars and Smooth Justice. He saw the zone closing in, and like a man at the bar trying to hit a bullseye to impress a girl, got it right between and right down center.
Accuracy is the #1 thing you need when you score a goal, and my man right there was very accurate with the shot.
Turtles. Neutral kickoff. Mars pushing it over to the blue end. Currently 2-0 blue, which we were kind of expecting. That doesn't mean that orange doesn't have any venom in their veins. Mr. P. Oh, a little bit of a miscue as Mars was also going for the same attempt. Smooth Justice, a little late to the party. Mars trying to pop this one upwards. Mr. P in attack mode as Insanity's whiffs hard on that one, allowing Justice to push it down the field, but Turts and Jaxie both attempted the same shot, combined for a clear. He's going to go to the high backboard. Insanity's though clearing off to the far corner. Mars setting up this one into the center. Justice going for a touch, and it confuses Turtles because it didn't exactly go where it should have. Mars now carrying this downward, but denied by Insanity. Says, get that out of here. This is my house. Mr. P popping it away from Insanity's. Mars watching Mr. P. Thought he could get a pass away from it. And a quick whiff. Turtles to the sidewall. Trying to see, there are some passing plays being MacGyvered into this orange offense. And right here, this is a free one. That was a misplay from defense, and Mars is going to be the beneficiary.
Mars taking absolute advantage of every opportunity he gets on his home court field, making sure those sirens go off and those bullets are in the air for him. Gets a goal.
Do you think he's fighting? Do you think he's fighting to have a peace treaty with Martians? I think he doesn't want his people to be persecuted in the next oncoming invasion from Elon Musk. That's just my thing.
He wouldn't be fighting against Martians. He's a Martian himself.
Well, no, but like he's fighting for a peace treaty, so for the Martians.
Oh, see, I don't think you fight for a peace treaty.
You don't?
I think you diplomacy for one. I'm not sure what the actual verb for that is, but you do the peace and the stuffs.
Well, in any way, shape, or form, he's showing that they have military might out in Mars as he puts another score away right over Jaxie's head into that top left corner. That was quite the speedy shot. Quickly neutralizing this into a tied game, 2-2. Both sides creeping up. All of blue committing to this one, though. Smooth Justice with a quick return. Everyone went for boost. Able to get back to it is Turtles, though. Oh, Jaxie showing Mr. P the door. Smooth Justice and Mr. P pushing forward on this. Mars cherry picking on this, trying to slow it up enough for an orange hit. Smooth Justice.
That was a beautiful pass by Mars.
Mars able to just slow this up, putting his belly on it, keep it away from Insanities, and Justice reading it the whole way down, burying it center goal.
If his car was turned any different, that ball's going flying. But he hit it with Justice wheel at the right spot. That's wonderful car control, Mars. Like, bravo, bravo.
It was a full body block to keep Insanities away from it, and that was the key to it. However, passing play developing from the blue side is Turtles. He's now trying to pass it back to Insanities. Insanities opting to stay on the ground at goal. But Jaxie is the one hiding in his cave as the monster comes out to play. Insanities getting destroyed by Mars, but not before he can at least delay the pass outwards. Turtles over to Jaxie. Jaxie having to follow up quickly, but sighting Mars. Going back to down to the ground. All of blue too far up as Insanity sent it backwards. And now having a goal recovery. Turtles able to get in the way. Jaxie up to Turtles. Turtles just unable to get any kind of touch, but that doesn't mean it didn't go center. Insanities.
Ooh.
Miss. Lots of blue pressure moving into the orange side of the field, and the shot coming. Jaxie, though, using the force to shove that one away as Mars still returns it. Smooth Justice just a little too on the ball with that attempt. Mr. P to Justice. Justice to Jaxie. Blue's going to have to carry this the whole length of the court. They have about 15 seconds left to do so. Insanity's feeling the pressure from Mr. P. Jaxie over his teammate, Turtles. This is going to be a hard one to counter. All of blue is set on the opposite end inside their own goal. Insanity's going to have to do an amazing carry, but it's being denied by Mars. A nice placement to end the game, 3-2. Comeback story, too, for Orange, as they were down 2-0 for at least 2 minutes of that game.
Mars putting the team on his back with a beautiful assist and just scoring both goals himself, doing almost everything on the offensive end, while Smooth Justice and Mr. P at least giving him something to work with.
Definitely not to be outdone by the combo of Jaxie and Turtles and Insanities. I like seeing Smooth Justice in the mix. Mr. P constantly kept that ball down at the blue end, And Smooth Justice was there to just read off of Mars. A few times he's a little antsy, got there a little soon. That's just a timing issue that can be worked out as you get more comfortable with people. But definitely Mars with the broad shoulders, backpacking his whole team to a good victory.
And definitely want to say 11 shots for Orange team and 4 for Blue team, and those extra shots matter. Those extra shots help them get shots through, helped open up the defense, give them extra opportunities, kept the pressure on. But definitely, Orange could be a little bit better in their shot conversion. I saw a few opportunities where they had very soft shots, where with either a power shot or taking an extra touch could have gotten a much stronger shot and possibly could have beat Jaxie and company.
I think my prediction may be coming to slight fruition. We'll see as this second game comes about. Jaxie and Turtles play comfortably together, but having to switch in a third player into the dynamic may be a little tough, especially if they play a certain way and style. Anyway, we're in game 2. Game 1 already happened. Smooth Justice. This was almost an own goal. Insanity's taking that redirect a little bit too much to heart, leaving it for Jaxie. Calculated. TI-83, right?
TI-84, baby.
Woo! No, 83. OG. Come on. What are you doing? Insanity's looking for an open net, but did not launch himself high enough. I think he was out of boost by the time Smooth Justice cleared this away. Mars, lost in orbit. Mr. P, just the same. Insanity's blocked by Smooth Justice. Turtles trying to move it out to Insanity's, but to no one's avail. Jaxie disrupting play from Mars. Insanity's launching upwards, delaying the play, but also setting it for 2 Orange players. 50-50 goes their way. More like a 50-25-25 if 3 players in the mix. D, Mr. P, faking out Insanity's, trying to do the same with Turtles. A little bit of ground play as he's running out of boost. Keeping it in play, though. Third Orange man not up, which was probably all the same because Turtles is in hard counterattack now.
Good move by Turtles.
Definitely moving it past 2. Smooth Justice. Seeing it down just behind Turtles. Insanity's there to block Mars. Kind of playing a steady ground game, but Turtles having nothing of it. Smooth Justice with a nice counter. Insanity's unable to get from the wall. Turtles kind of flailing about. Want to poke his head out of his shell. See what's going on. Mr. P constantly in the way of this blue squad trying to drive it down into the orange end, but it's good. Smooth Justice. Now to Mars. Mars, aerial play. A little bit of a nose boop. Lofting it for Mr. P, who decides to backflip. That's unfortunate. Now Mars all by himself. Serving it to center goal. Luckily was not taken advantage of as he's able to go grab boost and wall. Met by Jaxie. Sanity's to the ceiling, setting up a nice boinker from Justice, and Turtle's able to turtle up. Jaxie. Now to Mars. Mr. P is going to try and follow, but he's going to stay out. And Sanity's kind of has a not very good touch on that one. Both teams trying to find where the striking lane is right now. They're both creating nice passes that aren't exactly followed up completely, but it's one of these is going to open up soon. Right now, we have a bit of an open goal situation, but 2 blue members come flying back. Smooth Justice watching Mars. Mars going to try and poke it past Turtle, but Turtle has the better angle on that. Mr. P, always in the way. Forcing Insanities to come out of goal. Smooth Justice over to Mars. Will now get there before Jax.
I will say, this game has been a lot faster than I was actually anticipating. I was expecting being a little slower, but Jackson's kept straight, kept fast. This is Rocket League, folks.
And Insanity's biting his tongue and wishing that he'd gone for this one. He tried to play it, expecting that he had defense behind him, but everyone had already pushed forward, which makes for an easy goal for Smooth Justice. Oh, a double fake from both sides. Orange, though, ends up taking it off the platter. Mr. P waiting for Jaxie. Jaxie with a little bit of a mistouch delay. Mr. P getting killed by Turtles. Smooth Justice looking for an open goal, but Turtles quick to get in the way. That was a nice open zone to strike into. Mr. P. Turtles. Smooth Justice coming up fast. That's going to be a ceiling down kind of angle, and Mars trying to enable it, but can't quite continue it. Mars Smooth Justice, actually, over to Mr. P. Mr. P is going to be looking at Turtles. Insanities. Insanities is trying to find his niche between both Jaxie and Turtles right now. Now, we know he's a stellar player, but he's struggled to kind of fit into their dynamic. And I think that's what's holding Blue back a little bit, because he's having to opt for solo plays instead of these passing ones.
This for me is a test for Insanities. How can he fit in with Jaxie and Turtles? How can he fit in with these two high flyers, with these two very mechanically sound players? Can he keep up with the pace? Or is he going to fall behind? That's the test I want to see in this game.
I think he needs to commit to the way that Mr. P has and just consistently be the pressure man. Smooth Justice, though, rolling and rambling past Jaxie, nearly getting by as Insanities has to make that save. We have 30 seconds left in this one, and Blue is looking for their first goal.
Right there, I wanted Justice to take a bit more of an extra touch, take play a little slower. You have time. Use your skills. Get a flick, get a pass, do a fake, make a move, make them work for that save.
Turtles to Jaxie. Jaxie pushing it back to Turtles, pushing it to center field, and now we see that dynamic working. That two-man play became a three-man as Insanity saw the shot and pass coming. Wonderful, and Turtles tried to clear them out. Completely drew the defense inward as Insanity is able to make it into the far left post.
Now 1-1. I can't wait to see who's getting the next goal. Is it going to be Turtles?
Ooh, it's close. That was a little bit of an open zone.
Opportunity
Smooth
for Orange here.
Chance. If Turtles can keep this upwards. Nope, we're going to overtime.
This next goal is going to be based all on if Insanities and Turtles.
Lots of momentum shifted towards Blue as we have finally some kind of cohesiveness forming. Smooth Justice, though, trying to ruin that. He's got the epoxy to get rid of that sticky glue. Jaxie.
Ooh.
Smooth Justice in play. Trying to move it past Turtles. Turtles keeping it to their end. Mr. P. Mr. P has done a very good job of always being, having a ball presence. Lots of ball touches. Just being there to kind of throw off the Blue side. Even if he's not going to be the finisher, he's the initiator, which is good. He's like middleman and beginner.
Every time I see him, like, he's always pressuring the ball. He's always on the ball, or he's passing over to Justice, or he's making a play. He's getting in the mix. He's not being quiet. He's trying to get his name known. Everyone knows who he is on the pitch right now.
Oh, near, just a very near miss, and a second shot going off the other post. Counterattack coming. Turtles is going to have to recover and sends it over into the corner. Insanity is now lofting it in a high arcing shot. Mr. P, our P-man of the evening, sending it past Turtles in a good clear. Jaxie now in full retreat. Insanity is trying to turn around. Blue team was on the precipice of victory and nearly defeat, all within 5 seconds. Mars turning around from a soft loft from Insanities. Turtles seeing Mars again. Jaxie's a little quiet this time around. Need to see if he can get involved. Does get involved in getting destroyed as Mars tries to send it back down the other end of the pitch. Mr. P watching Insanities do what Insanities does. Smooth Justice wins that 50. It's Turtles.
It's going to bounce down.
It's going to bounce. He's got the touch.
There it is. Turtles. I told you it's going to come down to Turtles and Insanity on this one. Turtles knocking the ball off the roof for himself. Reads it perfectly and gets it just over the defender to put it back in the back of the net.
What a great read. That one, it doesn't matter if it's three-dimensional space with gravity or not. Turtles knew exactly what to do at the end. Wonderful dynamic now that we're seeing from blue side. Turtles and Jaxie and Insanity. Insanity maybe having to insert himself forcibly just to kind of get involved. But again, look at that shot line. That is 10 shots to 4 or 5 with blue versus orange.
10 shots to 5. Again, the more shots you have, the more chance of you to getting a goal in there. And in between Turtles, Jaxie, and Sandy's, you have to put a good shot in. In fact, actually, if you do the math, they saved more shots than were taken.
Oh, definitely. They saved what, 6 shots? I wonder if one of those was accidentally an own goal. But Smooth Justice doing work this time around. Mars has been quieted by the pressure from Jaxie and Turtles Insanities. Mr. P though, big props to him. His scoreline may not show it, but he was involved in nearly every single play. And that's someone that you want to be involved in. And it wasn't just haphazard. He was constantly pushing into the corners, enabling his teammates to do what they can. Just even if it didn't play out, he was always there. Good touches that eventually he'll get his own turn at getting a score.
And this is the last match of this 3-game set. I am excited. We're going to watch Smooth Justice, Mars, and Mr. P hopefully make a comeback, make a good showing, get at least a W out of this game.
Mars driving back. I know Mars is frustrated, not exactly performing up to snuff. Esper was talking about that the other day and how some of these combines don't always show the immense amount of skill that these guys have. But that's also, that's common with Rocket League. Your champ sometimes acts like a silver, and sometimes your silver acts like a diamond. Just depends.
Skill, it's also because of just the nature of Rocket League. Rocket League is the only game I know where no one is objectively good. Very few people are objectively good players. Everyone has a flaw. Everyone has something about them that they could definitely improve. And it's always a minute thing that maybe the next player doesn't have to improve as much as you need to improve on it.
Especially with this type of play style. If you're in ones and you're a great player, then you're going to be a great player and that's all on you. But when it comes to actual team dynamics, it forces there to be teamwork. You can't just be like a great FPS shooter and carrying someone on your team. No, this you will not win 1v3 and 3v3s all the time. It's only rare attempts at that. Jaxie with a pinch up to the ceiling, enabling Insanities to drive it further down the field, but Smooth Justice is already hopping for it. Gonna push it back to Jaxie. Jaxie waiting, letting it turn because he trusted Turtles to be there, but this is creating a bad situation. Mr. P, just talking about him earlier, able to cite the confusion with Blue. Drive it into that top left corner.
See, right place, right time, sit in front of the net, and good things will happen. As long as the ball's going towards the net, that is.
Jaxie was a little bit too antsy. He trusted Turtles, which was fine, but then the ball got driven backwards, and then Jaxie ended up slamming Insanities out of the way. Definite defensive miscue for Blue. Mr. P, all the better for it. Mr. P, up in the mix again, and Smooth Justice up for a nice light tap. P-Man definitely moving this team right along, letting his shooters get shots. Oh, man, that's beautiful. Look at that.
Mr. P doing his work, doing it good, doing it gravy.
Quick 2-score hole right now is Blue. Both sides going for a delayed kickoff. That was kind of fun. Jaxie waiting on Insanities. Oh, but getting in blocked himself. Mr. P watching Mars. Mars won't get a second touch on this as it gets sent across the field by Insanities. Smooth Justice. Ooh, Jaxie now balling between 2, maybe not 3 though, as Mars is gonna end that progression real fast. Smooth Justice lofting it down. Jaxie gonna push it over into the corner. Turtles, hard thud. Oh, but finally gets found by Mars. Smooth Justice again taking advantage of an open goal.
Beautiful.
Quickly down 3-0.
You think blue team is let up a little bit, or is orange just trying to make sure they don't get embarrassed out here?
I think orange is, well, definitely fighting embarrassment, but I believe that they are finding themselves in this game. I think Mr. P was a sleeping dragon and was one of he's probably in there in the gun saying, hey guys, we've been just shots away from having these games be ours, and he wants to enable Mars and Smooth Justice in their shot taking. Mars still a little quiet right now, but he's getting in the mix. Mr. P, challenging Jaxie. It was a lost 50-50, but keeping on that side of the field and forcing Jaxie back to his own goal. Insanities trying to find his dynamic between these two. Turtles backflipping, Jaxie taking over Turtles. Smooth Justice, though, giving off to Jaxie. This is going to be a goal in.
Sometimes a 50-50 will do that to you. You have a 50-50 chance of that going well and a 50-50 chance of that being a goal.
We got some fans of the Smooth Justice going on in the chat right now. I think they wanted to see more airtime for their boy, and he's definitely earning it. Mr. P, seeing to the far corner. Jaxie, allowing Mr. P to just rub his pee all over him.
Oh my lord.
P, sending it back to Mars. Insanities. Waiting for on Turtles. Oh, a bit of a miscue with the boost grab. We only have a minute and a half left in this one. Jaxie launching up from the side wall, kind of contending for Insanities to take this from a long sideways pass. There's two orange defenders, a little bit of a backwards miscue. Turtles is trying to swing back on this, but Justice is going to be there first and win that 50-50. Mars going downfield. Try and pinch it out from the corner. Jaxie. Oh, Mr. P just barely missed that one. Turtles in full attack. It's coming from the side wall again. Mars whiffing. Mr. P spliffing. Jaxie gonna biff it. Oh, but met by Smooth Justice. Jaxie. Oh, it was a halfway open net for all of a moment. His blue side now has 45 seconds left to make this work.
Can you sense a comeback coming or no?
It's gonna have to be rough. They need to get one within the next 10 to 15 seconds for there to be a chance. But this orange squad has definitely found their identity, and I think it's gonna be a little bit too tough for blue to get past. We have less than 30 seconds to go. Smooth Justice over in Insanities. Insanities with a full commit, realizing the desperation in the situation. Mr. P out to center to no one except Insanities. Insanities driving it down the field, but Mars to receive it. Insanity's already up. Oh, tackling Mars instead. Jaxie over to Turtles. This is just not going to happen. It's a good attempt from Blue, but Smooth Justice and P-Man definitely doing work this game. Good series.
Good games for those, and I feel like we need to bring in either... I think we should bring in Smooth Justice for a little interview. I think we need to talk to Mr. Smooth Justice real quick about some stuff.
Mr. Smooth, I like that. Let's do this.
Alrighty. I hope he's okay with this.
I'm sure it'll be fine. I think. Maybe.
Hello there.
Oh.
Hello there.
Oh, hello. I didn't realize I got picked.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Yes.
Your first round now.
Oh, what's up?
So I gotta ask, how's that game for you? How'd that game feel for you? You
It
guys
felt a lot more comfortable than it was yesterday, I'll tell you that much.
There you go.
How was it playing along Mr. P? You guys seemed to struggle a little bit at first, and honestly, we didn't see a lot of production from Mars, but did you feel some kind of a dynamic growing with both of them towards the end?
Yeah, the communication with that team was actually really good. Together there, and just made good plays.
Was there a lot less talking before? Because honestly, there was some conjecture that this was going to be a little bit of a lopsided bout. The blue side, they with Turtles and Jaxie, we thought they were going to walk all over y'all for at least a little bit, but you kind of proved that wrong.
Yeah, we came into that match thinking that we needed to actually put our best foot forward there and really press them, keep them on the defensive, and ended up working out well for us.
So in terms of players that you've seen play, players that you've been able to play with, what's a couple guys that you're really hoping to get on the same team with? What are your picks for if you were a captain?
Oh, if I was a captain, that's a hard choice, honestly. A lot of people are up there on the same level. Yeah, I really don't have any names I can really drop, but
is there any that you would go for familiarity versus skill?
I know what you're asking there. You want to know if I want to play with Davey. And of course, I'd like to play with Davey because we've been playing together on Rocket League since the game dropped in 2015. But I actually forgot the question at this point.
It's okay, man. So, what do you see? What are going to be the biggest problem players for you to play against? Who do you see as like your kryptonite, your counter? Like who would you rather have on your side than facing against you?
Well, the obvious answer there is Jaxie, but I think we did a good job of neutralizing him those last games. But Mars is really good too. Whenever I played up against him, he's been scoring a lot of goals on us. And I can't remember the other name of the guy he was the grand champ from last season.
Oh, who was it last season? Was it Domi? I forgot.
The who?
Was it Poppy? No. Who was our grand champ last season? Shoot.
Well, we played against him anyway during like some practice games yesterday, and he was pretty good, even though he was saying that he was rusty.
Scion, that's player Scion.
There you go. Yeah. So, is there any one team that you want to kind of, or captain that you want to kind of pitch yourself towards, or are you just kind of open and free for whoever wants to grab you?
Not really. I'm just open and free, ready to play.
Okay. Do you see any issue coming from the EU side of things? You're an American boy. Do you find any issue with any timelines or anything?
No, not really. The Sunday games will be at like 9 p.m. So that's really not a bad time for me. I'll be up at that time anyway. Okay. And yeah.
Okay, good. So no real issues. Even if ping is kind of crap, it's just the nature of the beast.
As long as it was like today, everything will be good.
Definitely. Who knows? I may get to play with you.
I hope I get to beat you.
Wow.
That's love right there.
Hashtag drama.
Hashtag drama.